An open letter to all the girls who love and think too much. Dear you, I know what you're going through. I know exactly why your heart and soul are weeping. I know why your spirit seems to be in disarray. I know why your mind seems to be like it's stuck in a blur. I know all of this because I am you. I've been there. I've done that. I have experienced the very same things, and I hope that you would indulge me in a few words of comfort and advice with this piece. I know that it's so hard for you to just make an important decision without first tossing and turning about it for many sleepless nights. I know that you can't just bring yourself to pick up your phone and dial someone's number without finding a good reason to call that person up in the first place. I know that you can't seem to just click send on your text message without running through it at least a few times over. It's a struggle that you put yourself through but can't seem to escape from. You really want to just be able to let loose and let go, but you can't seem to bring yourself to do so. You want to just be the type of person who is able to enjoy the moment. You want to be someone who finds it easy to detach yourself from particular people and from particular situations. You want to be someone who is just able to shut out all of the annoying noise that continues to bombard your thoughts. You just want to be able to relax for a little bit without having to deal with that voice in your head telling you that you have to be thinking hard about something, but you can't. And do you know why? It's because you're an overthinker. You're someone who just thinks and feels so much more than most other people do. You have a rather busy mind and a rather crowded heart. You think it's your biggest flaw. You see all of the people around you just going with the flow. They're floating along with the current. They're letting the winds carry them to wherever they end up. But you can't be the same. You keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. You never want to get carried away by anything or anyone. But here's the thing about your situation: you might think that your overthinking nature is a bad thing, but it's not. You might think that your obsessive behavior might be a sign of some mental disorder or something. You might think that you are bringing a lot of unnecessary stress and despair into your life just by thinking too much. That's not always the case. If you really own up to your overthinking, then you would know that you only do it because you care. The reason that you think too much is because you feel too much. And that means is that there is so much love inside of you that you want to let out. There are so many positive vibrations within you that you just want to emanate to those around you. You have a very big, kind, and generous heart. You have lots to offer this world. You are someone who is always going to be a beaming light of hope, love, energy, and joy. That is why when you happen to fall in love with a special someone, then you are going to give everything you have got to that individual. You aren't the type of person who would be content with giving a half-baked love. You aren't the kind of person who would be content with just giving a mediocre kind of effort. When you fall in love, you do so with all of your heart. You would never want to hold anything back. You wouldn't want to make anyone doubt the love that you have for them. You go all in, and that's always the way that you need to go about it. You always invest the entirety of yourself into your relationships, and that's part of what makes you special. That is why you're an overthinker. You always want to be sure before you dive into anything. You want to make sure that you get rid of all the pains, fears, and anxieties before you invest yourself in someone. You want to make sure that the person you fall in love with is someone who is actually deserving of your love. You want to make sure that you're not making a wrong decision by giving your whole heart to someone. That's just the way that you are, and you're never going to change. That's just how it is. So, don't be afraid or shy about being an overthinker. Own up to it. Be proud of it.